of the building. They even have something like they're behind works of art, so I gotta call the museum staff so they put on the gloves and kind of lift it up carefully so I can access the panel.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we are at the Springville Museum of Art. 72 feet out. This is a manhole that they had found outside, right outside the building. It's over 10 feet deep. I had a hard time locating it at that point. This feeds the basement bathrooms here, and the women's bathroom is the problem. So we can see here's the transition from basically your PVC to your cast. There's a small little belly right there. That was not their plug though, because it is only affecting the women's over and over. There's a second inlet. There's what we believe is a clean out. So those other ones were for the men's bathroom. We've kind of gone through and flushed everything and seen what's what. So those and that is men's. And then we'll come back to right here. Is it's like the mother's section in the women's. It's the lav sinks in there, feeds that guy. Or excuse me, I think that was the floor drain in the men's, and then we'll come back to the labs here in a second. That is the labs for the mother's sink on the left. That is for the main sinks in the women's on the right. And then this is the floor drain. So it is backing up out of the floor drain is what they've said. And kind of our theory is because nothing looks evidently wrong with the line. In terms of like for cast iron, this actually looks really good texture-wise. There's not a lot of scaling, things like that. You can see where standing water is means it's a little bit flat. So we know that it's a little flat, but we think our big problem actually lies at the toilets themselves. So this is where all the women's toilets flush in. On the left is going to be our ADA stall and the one to the right of it, and then the right side entrance is for the N2. So if you want to flush the one on the far right, and you'll see that as we flush this, I mean, they feed directly into each other. And then the water kind of just sits here and pools, and then it will then go down line slowly, right? But the line is already a little bit flat, and so you can see that it's all just kind of pooling right here. And then we'll flush the opposite. We'll flush the ADA stall, and you can see that it feeds directly into the other. And so my theory on what's happening is that it's not the condition of the pipe that's happening, it's that they're flushing into each other. And we've talked about how when this happens is primarily when they have lots of people here or bigger events. And we're thinking it's getting overloaded, and because they're flushing into each other, and I mean, you can already see it, how slow this water is just draining down line. That all the solid waste or toilet paper, whatever it may be, it being in a women's, right, if they're flushing feminine products as well, it's all just slowly going down and then coming to a stop, and then everybody's piling it up. So we believe that that's the problem. The fix for this, kind of what I advise if you want the fix everything job, is going to be digging up the floor right here. It is right at the end of the stall. Digging up the floor, cutting the line where this T is, and putting in 2 Ys staggered so they feed in coming in at a 45, one after another, not straight into each other, and then having the entire line from here to the manhole with a liner put in, and the liner will give you a slicker surface for things to flow better. But then we'll pull the camera out, and we're just coming up the clean out and out, and we're just in the ADA stall.